sounds, well, I don't understand anything. It sounds very exotic. I think it's smooth. I think you can tell a lot by like the voice, like the tone, even though you don't understand the words. Kind of the mood is of the discussion.
So you don't know any Korean words?
No, I don't.
Then can you tell the difference from Chinese or Japanese?
If I hear them directly next to each other, maybe I hear a difference probably. It sounds a little bit maybe like straightforward, I feel like. Actually, I have a friend who speaks Chinese, and sometimes when he speaks, it's a little bit like I feel like they're really quick and like hard.
If you compare Korean language to one of the European languages,
No, I would say probably more like the northern languages because they have a lot of like harder accents as well.
so you feel the Korean language has strong accent?
Yeah.
In a bad way or a good way?
No judgment for good or bad, just different. But it's not aggressive or bad.
Where are you from?
Barcelona.
Do you understand Korean language?
No.
When you hear it, how does it sound like to you?
Different, just because I'm used to European languages, so it sounds really different.
Which European language are the most similar to Korean language?
I'd say Greek, because it's the most different to Spanish.
Greek and Korean sound similar.
It's the most similar.
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy. My name is Marco.
When you don't understand Korean, how does it sound like?
It sounds like sweet language, kind of like my dialect, because it has like some sounds in the end. I don't know how to explain it. Like when you finish a sentence.
Italian and Korean sounds similar?
In a way, they do. In the rhythm. In the rhythm are very similar, but like not in the vocals and the consonants.
Korean sounds most like Italian among European languages.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think that Italian and Chinese sounds similar?
No, it's much different. Like Chinese, I think it's like more similar to German in the context of Europe, but they don't sound similar to Italian as well. An ex-classmate of mine actually studies Korean right now and makes like some videos. I watch them and I get informed by her.
Who do you think is the most famous Korean?
I think like BTS, and I know that they went like in the military.
Quite popular among young girls, but how about boys?
I think like it's a problem of masculinity. Like Korean guys are much more feminine instead of like European. The type of masculinity a European guy usually have is like more toxic and more like strict. So I think that this is the problem, Korean culture, not to invade male as well, but I think it's just like a closed mental problem of guy in Europe.
Where are you from?
I'm from Paris. It sounds kind of poetry, I think. People speaking Korean for me is like poetry because there's, for me, I think it's quite soft language. Hearing the
Some people say that it sounds similar to French. Do you think so?
yes, there's not really huge accents. French people speaking Korean, we have a good accent. I think that's French and Korean similar.
I think I remember 안녕하세요.
That's quite correct.
That's correct. What does it mean?
Hi.
Hi.
When you don't understand, how does it sound like?
Sounds like a mix of Chinese and Japanese. I think it's a very difficult language.
At least when you hear Korean and Chinese, can you tell the difference?
Chinese is like more speak with the mouth. I don't know understand. And the Korean is like more the vocabulary.
If you have a chance, would you like to trip to Korea someday?
I would like to go to Seoul one day. I like too much food street.
Could you tell me the difference between Korean language and Japanese?
Japanese is more like edges of the words are sharp, yes. Korean is more fluid, I think. Sound, it's more fluid. The Korean is more, I know it's not Japanese, I know it's not Chinese, so then it must be Korean.
At least you can tell the difference.
I think so, yeah.
How about Chinese?
I think they talk aggressive. They sound aggressive because they are doing something. And I dreamt of going to Seoul. It's my dream, and I wanted to go to go do an exchange there, but my parents wouldn't let me because it's too far.
Can you understand Korean language?
No.
Sometimes it sounds like they're fighting. Like, not maybe fighting, but maybe they're speaking too fast for me.
So it's a little annoying, or
No, it's pretty smooth, especially when they're talking fast, but the sound, it's not annoying, but just for me, it's high pitch, I would say. That's the only thing that I can say about the language. I don't find it annoying at all.
when you hear Chinese, how does it sound like?
When you speak with a Chinese person, not many of Chinese people speak English, so they would not actually say anything back because they don't understand you. Many chances hearing Chinese, except on maybe TV.
If you compare Korean language to one of the European language,
Now when I think about it, it's similar to French. Now when I think about it, yes.
if you have a chance, would you like to trip to Korea?
Yeah, why would I like to go there? Because Korea is something that is new and not that much explored from many people. So I would like to go there because it's like the wow, Korea. I would like to go there and be surprised.
It sounds like very nice people, you know, like it's kind and it sounds like difficult to learn, but pretty, yes.
Korean pronunciation is similar to French. Do you also feel that?
Not a lot. I think Korean is like not linear, but like the same tonality. I don't know how to say. In French, like when we speak French, I think it's more
Up and down an accent?
Yes.
When you hear Korean, you feel that there is no accent?
Not no accent, but I don't see them angry or I see them always happy, kind.
Can you tell the difference from Chinese?
From my experience, I find Chinese more aggressive.
I'm not too sure. I have a friend who's actually an English teacher in South Korea, and I've heard her speak a couple of times, but it sounds like a nice language, and I'd like to learn it eventually if I.
It doesn't sound weird.
No, it sounds like I wouldn't say it sounds necessarily weirder than any other language.
At least you can tell the difference from Japanese or Chinese.
A little bit. I'm pretty into Japanese culture as far as food and stuff like that. I can understand a couple of the words that come with like stuff like sushi and hibachi and stuff like that.
How do you feel about Japanese?
Japanese language sounds cool. I've seen a lot of movies that glorify the Japanese culture. And
How about Chinese?
Chinese, same thing. I don't really know many people who speak it, but I have a couple of friends from Taiwan and China that.
Do you understand Korean?
No, I don't understand it. It sounds very quickly for me and I can understand nothing at all. Another language really difficult to learn, spend like ages to learn Korean, I think. Include the writing and the speaking. I think it's more easier to speak than to write.
Then if you compare Korean to other European language,
I think German, because they speak really quickly and really different from England, from Spain.
It sounds foreign. It sounds like similar to Japanese, I believe, but I don't know much Japanese. It just sounds similar to Japanese.
could you tell the difference from Japanese?
Maybe harsher tones or voice or I don't know, some micro expressions, I don't know.
The pronunciation is similar to which European language do you think?
French. Maybe because they speak fast and they have like this, or Spanish, because Spanish people speak really fast. And
it sounds very different from Spanish, and no, I mean it sounds different for sure. It sounds like a very dynamic language. Like it has sort of ups and downs. That's the main thing I noticed, that we will go up and down in the pronunciation, and it sounds very different from Spanish.
Actually, there's not much accents in Korean language, or a lot of up and down.
Yeah, that's my perception.
Do you think it is similar to Chinese?
I don't think so, because like I have some Chinese friends, and when I hear them speak in Mandarin, it sounds very different from. I mean, I've seen Squid Game, and it sounds very different from Mandarin.
What's your honest opinion about Mandarin?
Like widely spoken language, like billions of people speak it.
So at least you can tell the difference from Chinese or Japanese?
Well, it depends. Like writing, I think writing, yeah. Speaking, less.
When you look at Korean alphabet, how does it look like to you?
Well, it's definitely different than Mandarin alphabet. I think it looks more geometrical.
When you hear a Korean language, how does it sound like to you?
Weird, really weird. All Asian languages sound kind of the same to me.
Can you tell the difference from Chinese or Japanese?
I think so. I'm not really sure. They sound really similar.